Well, hey guys, my name is Alex CENTOFANTI. I'm the lead singer and guitarist from GYPSY Road. Um, we're releasing our debut album on Friday. Letters to a Friend from Interstate, and I'm pretty excited. It's gonna be a good release. It's gonna be a good release.
And straight with his brother, she's a Pearl Open album. How you doing today?
Uh, Pretty good, man. I just finished work recently, so not too bad. Yourself?
Yeah, good, bro. Good. I sort of just winding down. I've done about 5 interviews today. I think I've got two more to go, and then I'm done.
Oh wow, that's pretty hectic, but that sounds like fun.
It is indeed. So, as you mentioned, bro, Gypsy Road are releasing your debut album, "Letters to a Friend from Interstate," this Friday, May
Yeah,
24th. How you feeling, man? Like, you're nervous, you're excited, you're anxious, you're all of the above.
I'm all of the above. I'm all of the above. Definitely all of the above. Like for so many multiple reasons. Like the last three singles we've released, which actually have been our first ever singles we've ever released, because before that we've released three EPs, just like we've just released them. So that's been like a really new experience for me and pretty nerve-wracking experience. But our songs have actually done the best that we've ever done for any releases that we've ever done. So that's why it's also the anxious, nervous, and excited. So I'm hoping that it translates to the album. It's one of those things where you get worried that, like, you release a couple of songs and people aren't going to listen to the full album. So I'm just hoping that people make it through the whole thing, because I think it's pretty good.
It is very good. So, tell us a bit more about the album from a musical point of view, bro, and what you're going for with it.
Oh well, I was going for quite a few things, honestly. I was going for like a lot of a heavier sound than what I've ever done before. I was going for like a lot more of, like, I wouldn't say a darker sound, but I was definitely going for that melancholy vibe. And I was just trying to, I just really just trying to make just how I felt at the time onto the paper. I guess that's really how I can describe it. Is that's just how I felt, is just what came out, sort of thing. So, and I'm really proud of it. So yeah.
Oh. So, as we said, mate, this is your debut album. So, as a band, what sorts of things you discuss going into the debut album? Like, is there a battle plan? Is it sort of just throw everything together and hope for the best?
Oh, it's a bit of all different things. Sort of hoping for the best and throwing it in all together. But we've done some PR this time, which has been a new experience for us and really good. So doing that has been a first for our band, and I feel like it's been really beneficial, and we've been enjoying that process. So trying new things along the way, even with like the recording of the album, we recorded with one of my good friends, Bo McKee, and where I've normally recorded everything myself and done everything myself. So to have someone else's hands in it was also new and a really fun experience. And that, honestly, that probably is what got such a heavy sound, was to have someone else that's so experienced with getting that sound to help us sort of achieve what I wanted, really. And I feel like, yeah, it's a bit of all things. Like I said, the PR stuff, trying to get a heavy sound, really trying to make the best songs we can, and yeah, a whole bunch of things. Yeah, me and my drummer have been extensively trying to make this all work for a long time, and my brother recently has just joined on the bass. So yeah, it's been good fun. Yeah.
Now, as a sort of relatively young band, just starting your first steps in the music world, I guess.
Mm.
Like, how do you measure this, or how will you measure the success of this album? Like, is it going to be feedback? Is it going to be streams? Is it going to be people ringing you and telling you like it? Like, how do you gauge
I,
it?
I think feedback and streams to me is a big one, because I like to physically hear that people have been listening, and I like feedback, and I like to know that people are listening too. And streams is a good one. Streams is obviously a good indicator of how well an album can or isn't doing. But I think more a feedback thing. If it really connects with people, that's really what I want. Because that's when I listen to music, I really I connect with it so deeply. I've got such a good personal relationship with music. I connect with it so deeply. I want the other people to sort of feel the same way I feel when listening to my stuff. So yeah.
Oh, now, you've released three singles, as you say. You've released James Bo's Draft, the seventh
Yep.
brief, and the title track. So, are they a good sonic representation of what to expect from the whole album?
I think so. Yeah. Honestly, I think so. There's 8 songs in the album, and which is just enough to cut an album, which is exciting. But so we got 3 songs, and I think all 3 of them really depict what the other songs are going to sound like, because we got more of a mellow song, we got more of a heavier song, which was our last one, and James Bogues was more of a an alternative rockier sort of sound. So, and on the album, all the other songs have really those similar vibes. So I really do think it is. Well, there's one acoustic track, so that's a bit different. So yeah.
The press release says that the album is an 8-track sonic journey highlighting the emotional struggles the band faced throughout the whole project. Like, that sounds pretty fucking deep, bro. Can you elaborate on that?
That's pretty funny. Well, basically, like the album's inspired by just a breakup I went through at the time, which I felt was pretty huge for me and in my life at that certain time. And I guess having that happen to me was made me realize a lot of things and made me think a lot of things. And I went through, quite a hard time through that. I guess that's where the sonic hardship came from. So yeah, all topics surrounding breakup and heartbreak, I guess, is what motivated me to write that album. I said this in an interview last week. I was saying that, like, when I go through things like that, it really motivates me to write music or, to put my pen down the paper. And I feel like this time, literally how I felt is it's on the record. Every song is a bit of how I felt at the time. And, all the songs were written through, I guess, different stages and months of me facing a lot of things and succumbing to a lot of things. So I think all the songs, pretty do myself justice to what I was feeling at the time, I guess. So yeah.
Yes. Right.
Yeah. Pretty deep on my end,
Deep. Good.
Yeah.
The album title, Letters to a Friend from Interstate, it's both deep and it's ambiguous at the same time, and it could mean any number of things, bro. So how does the album title and the title track represent the album as a whole?
Oh, it does mean a whole bunch of things. I mean, Letters to a Friend from Interstate. I mean, the person that I guess that you could say the album is about is actually interstate. So the name very well depicts, I guess, the motive of all the songs and everything. But honestly, we were coming up for quite a few names for the album. The album was actually going to be called Antipasto because me and my drummer, we're both Italian, and we carry some pretty big Italian heritage here and there. And I guess at the time, when we were doing the album, we were really into making paninis and going to the deli and doing all that stuff. And when we thought Antipasto is going to be the name of the album, but it slowly changed day by day. But one of the album tracks, one of the song names on the album is a bit of a reference that's fully in Italian.
Right, so, is it that song number 7?
Yeah, that's song number 7.
How the fuck do you say that?
Oh, I'm not even going to pronounce it because I'm not even looking at the title. But it means antipasto is good, but I like pizza better.
All right, yeah. Well, I was way off the mark in the review. I thought it meant what the fuck.
That's awesome. We'll keep it like that.
Sure. So looking forward, mate, like, do you have an idea where you want to take Gypsy Road musically, or is that something that you sort of haven't considered yet until you get there?
Well, with this album, it's been one of those things. Can you still see me?
Yeah, man.
With the album, it's been one of those things where because we've taken such a step up in production, we've introduced things like leads and all that stuff, which we have done before but haven't really implemented live. So I guess going forth, especially after when we sort out an album release between all of our full-time jobs, we want to focus on getting the bassist currently in the band onto lead guitar, because he's a very good lead guitarist, much better than me. And we're trying to find a bassist. So eventually I want it to be a 4-piece and sort of get another member, maybe even someone on keys. I want to sort of take it into that direction in terms of background noises and atmospheric sort of sounds and that. So yeah, going forward, definitely take a step up in terms of band members, and also trying to get some supports with some bigger bands and all of that good stuff, as you hope for when you do a release. So I'm excited to see what gig opportunities and stuff pop up, because since we've recorded the album, we haven't even touched a show, because we want to make sure we get this right and do this properly. So after the album, hopefully, we reach out and hopefully we get some feedback and we can get some good gigs, happening. So yeah, excited for that. I'm really excited for that.
Well, so have you actually got any shows coming up to celebrate the release?
Yeah, well, we're actually playing a show in 3 weeks with a band called Lamphead. They're from Newcastle. They've got a very similar sound to us, a bit more hardcore, and we're playing with them at the Last Chance Rock and Roll Bar in Melbourne on June 16th. So that should be a really good one. I'm really excited for that. The lineup's pretty good. Some really good bands on there. So excited.
Very good. All right, bro. Well, thanks for your time today. The album Letters to a Friend from Interstate is out this Friday, May the 24th, and I was lucky enough to have a listen to it earlier, and it's a fucking good album, bro. You should be proud of yourself. Well done.
Beauty, bro. Thank you so much, man. That means a lot.